Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about polymorphism. So this is going to be a crash course. I have done the inheritance before, and then this time polymorphism. So polymorphism mainly means a single object could have a multiple forms. That is all it is about. So there are two ways polymorphism can happen. One is within the class and another is with the child class. So there are some rules here. So for the within the class, what you have to do is you can only have same method name. You have to modify signatures or method arg if you like to overload, which is what we will talk about. And then you cannot change within type. So we're talking about overload here. So whenever you are doing the same class having multiple methods and all methods have a same method name, that is overloading. When you do the overloading, what you need to do is you need to capture the method signature part. So let's say public void find car type. So we have this void method. You cannot change this void method if you tend to write the same method name in the same class. So what you can do is, this is what we call overloading. You are trying to overload, but since you cannot do that with the exact name, and because Java will not know which one you are trying to work with, this or that, so Java does not allow the duplicate. So how you can work with it is you will need to update the method signature. That is the only part you can modify. So let's say car type is the data that you are expecting the consumer for. So if someone's trying to ask for this method, they do not have to provide anything. And if you have a value, there's an option. You can still use the same method, but provide that data when you try to use. So let's just put some default value. And then here, this can be whatever consumer provides. So we have same method name which have multiple choices. Now you can pass the parameter and it will take that parameter to work it out, or if you don't have to provide, or if you don't have a data, you still have options to choose the default one, whatever is out there. So this is what we call overloading. So same method name, same signature, you cannot change this to void this string, and this cannot be modified. Only thing you can actually up to here cannot be modified. You can only modify the signature part. And then let's say you want to create one more with the multiple args, you can do so, but then you have to add the another something like that. So now they can, so user have more choices. So you could literally do this. So what is the main benefit of doing this is you don't need to remember the methods. Let's say you try to implement this method somewhere, then you will see the options. When you try to import, you will see the options and you can pick which one you want. So that's the main benefit, and we're gonna talk more about that. So this is the overloading. Now let's go to overriding. Overriding to happen, you have to have at least two classes with the parent-child relationship. So this time I'm gonna say car, Nissan car extends a car. So in my other video I talked about car for the inheritance examples crash course, and the only difference with inheritance and overriding is for inheritance to happen, you are not overriding them, you are only using it. but here you are implementing your way. So here, overriding to happen, what you have to have is same method name and args. So this is the main difference with overriding and overloading. So if you see here, you can have the same method name, but you need to modify the args. So say if I pick this two methods, I can put it all as is. Now you see there's no compile error, although it is already extending it. Now you can say this one is a 8-wheelers and this is a, let's just add some object here. So when we try to use this method, what happens? We will see. So these are non-static method. We have to create an object, of course. New Nissan car dot. So if you see in the top choice, you have a find car type and then car type with the args, right? So let's say I pick up find car type with the data here. I say that, and then I try to run it. I will see the output from here because it already overrode it. You see the arrow here? Arrow is coming from here because this one didn't have anything. So there's also a way you can actually try to capture whatever's only in the parent. Let's do that. So to do that, let's just add another line here. Let's say I try to invoke the method from here super dot find car type and here I can say what car or something. Now if I want to run this time, I'm gonna not see the value for this line, this item. So let's run the so this time if you see what car is coming from there, same method had an arrow which is coming from this class. This time it is going through there. How you find out? You have to control click and then it will take you right there and you are coming from the car. So that's what it happens when you try to access the data that you want to access from the parent. You have to use the word super dot, then you can still access those methods and their implementations. And if you don't want to do that, what you can do is you can override it and use the way child wants. So what is the benefit? Benefit is you can still use the same methods and their properties. Only thing is you can still implement your own way to do things. So it's not like an abstraction in a way, but it is somehow you're overriding it. Just like you have an interface, abstract methods, then when you implement it, anybody will modify their way. That is pretty much it is. But in this time, only the difference is these methods are already defined. So you don't have to override it if you don't want to. But interfaces are kind of forced for you to override because they were not defined, right? So I hope this clears for polymorphism. There's going to be like a heavy usage of polymorphism in Java. So do practice and see. If you have any issues, please do write feedbacks and comments, and then I can try to respond soon. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have not, please support my channel by subscribing. Thank you, and looking forward for the next video.